Hi guys, Lena with Bluebird Pomskies here. Just want to finish up our earlier conversation and to share Miss Luna and Mr. Nico with you. So I've got treats for him. We just came in from outside. I did the first video outside and decided we would come in here and see how it worked in here. In follow-up to our spay-neuter conversation, I spoke with that vet today, and this is what I was told, and I'll be honest, it was kind of shocking to me, truly. So what I was told was that she feels that there is a 1 in 20 chance of female post-spay urinary incontinence. All right, guys, let's break that down. What's 1 in 20? 5%. 5% chance, okay? And the example that she gave was she recently had a patient who was a 4-year-old female pit bull, this female pit bull was spayed prior to 8 weeks of age by the shelter. Now, this is where the sticky wickets come in, right? The nitty-gritty details, because first of all, post-spay urinary incontinence is more common in larger breeds, and it's also more common when it is done, especially that young, guys, right? And so that's why we don't do it. You know, if I could guarantee that I could home all of our bluebirds and know that we were taking that risk, that having those, reproductive hormones and that risk out and do it safely, I absolutely would, but I don't, because our bluebirds come first, right? Here's the other sticky wicket. The risk of an unwanted pregnancy in an intact female for the first 12 to 15 months of life is 50% or more, okay? The risks are real. Those are real risks to me. And, you know, I just am behooved by this vet not closing the loop and saying to that family, go back to your breeder, inquire with your breeder. How has this been something that she's seen in her pups? Is it something that's been seen in the Pomsky breed as a whole? Because this can be very breed specific, and I will tell you, we've not seen it in the Pomsky breed. I've not seen it in our bluebirds for our females that are spayed at 7 months. I've not seen it in our females that are spayed after multiple litters at retirement. And so I'm not seeing the logic there. And I think what truly happened was I believe this was a traumatic experience for this vet, having to put down that female. And, you know, but that shouldn't then be what you're now educating your families to do. And so I will just leave that at that. You know, spaying and neutering, spaying at 7 months old, we're balancing all the risks, guys. This is not done willy-nilly. This is done based on science, based on research, based on risk, okay? Truly manage an intact female, who's going through heat cycles, some of which may be silent and they don't even know, is if you have a toy female that never goes outside unattended, period. Right? And not only that, but you have a household where your entrances and exits are controlled and managed by responsible adults only, right? Where you're not having that door opening and your females running out the door. And so that's the deal, guys, right? It would have to be like a single person where that female is a toy who's potty trained on pee pads or litter box, and that is how she uses the bathroom, because it is cumbersome for a family for 3 to 4 weeks time to have to round the clock with diligence anytime she's outside, every time that door is opened up, that they are truly maintaining and watching things. Because I tell you what, Miss Luna, with her being in heat right now, guys, she knows where Nico is. I don't keep them together, right? She knows where he is. And from the first thing this morning when she was outside, I have a long lead tie out that she goes potty on. And she practically, if she could have dragged me to where she knew he was, she would have. Okay. So it's not just the males in this scenario that do whatever they can to get at the female. Luna wanted to see her Nico. Okay. And so, you know, guys, the risks are real. And you know, these guys are chill right now because they've already bred today. And I also have a handle on, you know, their behavior with that. You know, off camera a little while ago, Nico was doing some sniffing around and I just had to give him a little what for. And so now he's like, okay, mom says it's not cool right now. But anyway, I will leave you with those statistics. And again, I'm quite shocked that a family was given that recommendation based on a 5% chance when those real risks in unwanted pregnancies at 50% or more. That's the shocker. All right. So, you know, hey guys, if you enjoy this video, if you want to learn more, follow for additional breeder info. I will be doing another video coming out here about DNA testing and how the breeder is able to find her past pups and any unwanted breedings based on the technology that's out there now with all of the new the DNA testing that is done. And it just takes, you know, one unwanted pregnancy, those pups are rehomed, somebody now is testing their pup. It's a round robin, guys, you know, and then that person's thinking they're going to try to breed that dog. And so, or they're just curious, what does my dog have? But, you know, gone are the days of where people can think, gosh, I'm going to breed my dog without breeding rights. You know, oh, okay, here, buddy. And nobody's going to know. That breeder is not going to find out. Well, there are ways now. And so that's my next video. We're going to talk about, you know, breeding rights. What are breeding rights? And gee, I thought if I bought a dog, I own a dog. I'm that, you know, a dog is considered goods in states, right? I own that. It's my property. I can do with my property what I want. Well, that's the old days, right? Things have changed. We know now how to structure our contracts and our agreements that can be legally upheld in the court of law. And so I tell everyone, if you're someone that doesn't think you want to spay neuter according to your contract, you're concerned you may not have the finances to do it, or you think you're going to try to breed under the table and sell backyard pets or whatever it is, don't go with a breeder who's got contracts in place and they're diligent about maintaining their lineage, preventing unwanted pregnancies, controlling the pet population, and breeding with ethics and responsibility. If that's what you're thinking about doing, then you need to be either breeding, you need to be honest with the breeder, work with a mentor, and or B, you need to not go with a good breeder, right? And then therein lies the problem, right? What are you getting in the end? Anyway, so a cheap Pomsky is just that, guys, a cheap Pomsky. Bred from sled dogs, bred from, pardon my French, but crap lines. And a lot of them across the country are related because everybody bought any old crap they could get their hands on. And there were some unscrupulous breeders that were selling any puppy with rights. So anyway, more to come. But if you want to hear more about that one, be sure and subscribe and follow. And I will be sharing those additional details for you. All right, guys. Well, you're not going to share with Luna? You're not going to share? Nico. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Thank you. Give it to your girlfriend. All right, guys. Take care, everybody. All right. Bye.